Hello. I'm so blessed to be here, and I thank God for this opportunity. And I think I would like to use the resources that I have at this given period of time. And I hope they will be more helpful to any person who's listening or watching this video today. See, I'm here to kind of address one of the issues that are so vital that we deal with as young guys in Africa. And this, I won't say would be a message as like from the Bible, but however much, I'm sure I'll be able to share some scriptures accompanying it as being led by the Spirit of God. But one thing that I'm going to talk about today is, can I call it the misuse of power? Or I can call it people who take advantage of ignorant people, I'll call it, for the sake of their own selfish interest. That they don't care about the life. Their heart is not to help, but their heart is to actually take advantage of what you have without force, but by seducing you so that they may actually use it for their own purposes. And why am I saying this? Is because at one point I was I almost became a victim of that. And the reason as to why I may say that is because God helped me to understand that through prayer, because most of the things that I do in life, I always pray about it before I do them. And sometimes I feel like my heart has gone, but I'm like, you know what, I need to pray about this issue so that before I actually say yes to it, I have already prayed about it. And this is why I'm coming on to share this. You know, we live in places, I'll be specific, in my country where I come from. We've encountered people who come to us, and they come to you and they tell you, hey, if you want to go in USA, you pay this kind of money, and then it will be easier for you to go in USA. In most cases, this is what is happening. So a person comes to you and tells you that if you're having 7,000 US dollars, you have the advantage, you have the ability to go to USA and you can do any job you can do. And they also tell you, you know, you're going to be earning, let me say, this kind of percentage or this kind of amount, and you'll be good. So a person in Uganda who has been making $300 a month, or who has been making probably, let me say, depending on how much you're earning, 300 or 150 a month to be precise, he hears such and is like, wait a minute, how can I get this money? 7,000 US dollars, such that when I go to USA, and instead of the money that I'm earning a month, I'm going to be earning that money probably a week. The thing is, it is possible, but it's not guaranteed. If that makes sense. It is possible, but it's not guaranteed. And then there is a lie to it. So because you've been getting, let me say, $300, they tell you that you're going to be making probably, let me just say, roughly $30 a day. You know, $30 a day. So when you multiply $30 a day, 30 times probably 5, that's $150. So that means $150 a day. Then that means you're going to be getting 300 every 2 weeks. Then you'll be getting probably 600, you know, every month. So when you look at the money that you've been getting in Uganda, and then you compare it, and then you're like, you know what, this is a good deal worth it going for. I'll be able to get back the money that I may collect here. So you go ahead and collect the money from everywhere you go. You're having the ability. You use the friends, you use the relatives, you use every resource, use every single energy to collect 7,000. And glory be to God, you've got 7,000. Wait a minute, you're going to give this person whom you've never thought but who told you some itching words that were able to trigger your mind and have this false hope that you don't have a fallback. You don't know what's going to happen after this money has been taken. You're risking 7,000, and in the end, if the deal goes bad, you don't have a fallback. All you have is regret. All you have is, it's like, you know what, this is the end, I don't care no matter what's going to happen. Suicide. But for what reason? It's because you were ignorant of the whole process. You were ignorant of what you have no idea you're paying for. The thing that you did good was you were able to use every effort and every energy to get that money. But one thing that you didn't put effort in is, okay, I'm paying for this, but what is the result of what am I paying for, what I am paying for? What is the whole process meaning to me? What do they do there? A wise person consults and he finds out that, you know what, this is not worth a deal to go for, because I don't know how everything will be like. You see, I'm not discouraging any person who wants to come to Western world to work, because you know you come from Africa, there are no jobs. You have bachelors. All of us, most of the people, I am in USA. And I thank God I was able to be here. And, when you study in Uganda and you come here, you just set off more jobs. Yet you choose to work because, you're going to be sending money home, which is really okay. But one thing that I'm going to let you know, my brother, my sister, God never made a mistake to create you in the position, in the place, in the area, in the community where you are. He never made a mistake. If you think it's a mistake, then you will be the one. If you want to prove God that He made a mistake, He will prove you that He never made a mistake. And then you will run to church to be prayed for, because your heart is sick of disappointment. So if this is wisdom, I want to let you know, my brother, my sister, calculate properly. Seek wisdom. You had all the power to gather 7,000, a Ugandan to gather 7,000 within a shortest period of time. And you have the ability to pay that money so that you may come here. Why don't you use that money for the capital? Why don't you, the same energy that you used, the same time that you used, the same amount of effort that you used, why don't you use that same effort that the 7,000, before you return it to its owners, you are looking at a business which can help you to change the community that you are in. You see, until you reason like that, then that will be different. God called us to be in those communities to change them, not to run away from the circumstances, to just go in other places. There is no war in the country that you are in. Inflation is everywhere. Instability is everywhere, including the nations that we are running to. There is instability. And then when you come here, you are coming in a place you are unprepared for this place. You don't know which person to go to. You fall in the hands that are going to first use you for other more years before you master how the process operates here. So if you're 30, you come here, you spend how many years? The first years that you're going to be spending, you're spending that money, you have to pay the people whom you left in my country. But again, you are on run every time you see police. Then the other years, you're going to be spending those years to actually get yourself settled. You'll be jumping from one job to another. Then the other years, because of the politics in the nation where we are, you're going to end up deciding or falling into a wrong group, a wrong fraternity, or a wrong thing that you're going to be falling into. And then you don't know even how to control your emotions. You're not ready. You are not meant for this. So I'm saying this because I feel sorry for most of us, because we don't have parents who are open. We don't have relatives who have idea of what the nation that we are going to. So we just share with them the ideas, and they're like, oh, my son, you go. My daughter, you go. But they don't even have, are they being exposed? Maybe they would have had, I'm not going to do this for you. Find out on your own. And maybe we would have had a understanding to figure out what are these people questioning my idea. Why are they questioning? Why am I, when I came to them and they share this, why are they questioning me? So, this is all about those that are going through everything, migration, job migration, peace migration, freedom migration, whatever migration is causing you to leave your country, to come in a place. Maybe that you gave a name that is the most peaceful place, everything will be fine, it will be heaven on earth. Be cautious when you're making decisions that are going to cost your life. Be cautious, my brother. Be cautious, my sister. Either you're from Nigeria, either you're from Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania. Be cautious. Be cautious. Life, you can't predict that tomorrow you're going to be alive. But the decisions that you make may cost you that. We are still fighting, and we always talk about the organ transplanting, the illegal organ transplanting, which is taking place in our nations. But it's not too late. We still have brothers and sisters. I don't know why we are raised in a way that we don't appreciate the positions, the places and the communities that we are in. We always appreciate what we look on the TV. We always appreciate things that we even can't describe. We describe those things depending on the pain that we are going through at that time. We talk about a lot of things. We talk about the instability. We talk about the hunger, of which the hunger is an illusion. We talk about things that we go through, but in actual sense, we don't explain ourselves why are we doing what we're doing. Yes, I understand we have challenges of job. Most of us are educated. When you compare an American who is working in a bank can be a high school person, is on job training. Yet in Uganda, people who are working in a bank are having bachelors. I understand that. But you cannot compare USA to Uganda for many factors. You cannot compare USA to Uganda for many factors, and which I can't explain everything right now. But my major point right now that I'm addressing is the effort that you used to get that money can be the same effort that you can use to discover the opportunity that God put in you to make a business work. And then maybe if you're to come in USA doing some business tour. Come in USA doing visiting somebody, maybe without coming illegally, without coming like a slave, without selling your body. The thing is that you pay for your slavery. I'm telling you, you are paying for your slavery. The money that you're paying, if you're lucky enough, you go out of it. It's okay. There are people who have survived that. But how sure are you? How sure are you that you won't fall into the wrong hands? And how long is it going to take you to reach where you are? This is a lie. A person tells you that they found you, maybe you're earning, let me say, less money in Uganda. You're earning probably, let me say, $50 a month, right? And then a person tells you you're going to be earning $20 a day in USA. It is a lie to earn $20 a day in USA and you survive on $20 in USA. It is a lie. That person who is lying to you, talk to that person, look in the face of that person. If it's going to be $20, I understand, that's a good deal and I like it because I'm not earning the same money. Okay, but I'm going to ask you, why are you still in Uganda? Because those people are blockers. Those people are recruiters to wrong groups, to monopoly industry. They are recruiters to organ farms. They are recruiters. They are not the way you look at them. They are not. Some of them, they are not the way you think. They are so loving you and they want to help you. Not everyone who comes to you is like the way you think he is. Some of them, these are maybe El Shabaab recruiters. They are who they are. So that's why I'm saying that you need to have a fallback. If anything doesn't go the way it's supposed to go, you need to have a fallback. If you went to university, you did a research, why don't you, come up with, how to do a report? Come up with an idea. Write a report about a certain business and how to survive in an inflated nation. God gave you a brain. Discover that. You can do it, brother. You can do it, sister. You are not made, don't hate yourself. Don't hate your skin. Don't hate the nation that you're in. It is painful, but through pains, birth is given, and then happiness is seen. The thing that they don't tell you in Uganda, you have to pay for, are the things that I'm going to share with you today. So if an American is earning, let me say, $14.82, is going to be taking home 533.52. Then that is the gross pay. So when you look at that money in Uganda, there are things that are behind what you're going to take home. No one explains to you this. You're going to, depending on the state that you are in. Now I'm talking because I'm in USA. Maybe somebody who is going to be sharing with you is not going to be in USA. Maybe in Britain, it may be in Germany, maybe, whatever he may be there. But I think this will trigger your understanding to think twice before you go and settle for a deal that you have no idea about. But I'm using the USA standard, basically basing on the New York State, because that's where I am. So I'm focusing in New York State and the things that you pay for. So you're earning, I chose 14, one of the least money. You're earning 14.82, and 14.82, and I give you the hours that you're going to be working. If you're working 36 hours, that will be 533.52. Or let me just get the one, because let me choose, those are 36 hours. So with those 36 hours, if those are the hours you're working, and then there are things that you have to do to pay. They call them deductions, or they can call them anything, but these are the deductions. So deductions in the New York State, where I am currently, these are the things that you have to pay. You pay the federal income tax, you pay the social security tax, you pay the Medicare, you pay the New York State income tax, you pay the New York paid family leave insurance. I have a family, and I'm a man who is having 3 kids. So when I talk about this is what I pay. Maybe you don't pay the New York State leave family insurance, but I do pay that. Then there are others that they call others. You pay the health insurance, then you pay the New York paid family leave recurrence. Then you pay, depending if you want to save in the NSSF, or what they call here they call it the NSSF of Uganda. Is called the 401k of USA. Or I can break it as a place where you're saving your money for your retirement. So, depending on the choice that you make for your retirement, depending on the percentage that you chose to save. So, when you remove all those that I've talked about, then you go back home, a person who would have taken 533.52, you're taking home 381.85. 381.85. That's the money you're taking home. A person who is earning 14.82. So you're working 36 hours. But if I take, let me say, a person who is working 40 hours, because that is the standard. I choose 36 because I was picking the papers and I didn't get the right one. But let me say, if you're earning, those are 36, that's less hours. So maybe that's a job that you're working. But there are things that are accompanied behind that job. And those things that accompany or are behind that job, I'm telling you, and no one explains to you those, you're going to be so disappointed. So let me say, you're taking 381.85. So there are things that you need to remember. You're going to have to eat. You're going to have to pay rent. You're going to have to pay trash can. You're going to have to pay utilities, of which those utilities there is water, electricity, and sewage. and trash can, to take away your garbage, because you have to pay for that. So for the 381, if you divide all that kind of stuff, in a place whereby, let me say, an avocado that you buy in Uganda, 500, you buy it in USA, $1, which is 3,500, depending on the changing stuff, or 3,600. Just say avocado. I am talking on the basis of you people who eat the food that we eat. Sweet potato, maybe you're gonna buy it $8. How much is that if you multiply with the Ugandan currency? And you're not gonna eat one plate. You need lunch, break, and supper. And then you have to pay for rent. So depending, if you're in the city, you don't need a car. Maybe if you're out of city, you need a car. So if you have a car and you have to finance it, you have your life insurance that you have to pay. You have to pay for the insurance of the car. This 381 is nothing. You need to get a good job that can earn you more than this money. So that means in equation, a person who is earning 14.82, you're single, it won't be enough for you to live on. You have to have another job so that you may actually be able to live on. So if every week you are spending on other things, depending on this place where you are. If you're in town, there are things that you have to spend on. If you're in a place which is a little bit far away from town, the expenses differ. But one thing that you need to remember, you are paying for rent. And sometimes rent, if you're in town, rent is probably 2,000 or 3,000, depending on the place where you are or the complex where you are. If you're in a place which is a little bit far away, let me say you're paying the rent of 400 to 500 every month. So on the rent, maybe you need to, if you're far away from town, because it's really cheaper, you may need a car. So if you need a car, and then you have to put gas there every week in that car, depending on where you are, you're paying 500, and then the car you have to pay for like $90. Then there are other utilities which come with it. You're going to have to pay water, which may take, let me say, like $50. Then electricity, maybe probably, let me say, $70. You're cooking, you're eating, you want to eat well, you want to sleep well. So the place where you're in also matters a lot with your health if you're going to, keep on working. So let me say you're having a beautiful place that you are living in, but of which people who are coming from Uganda, you won't be able to afford that place so quickly. And then there is also a process which is going on of your paperwork that you have to work on. It may take even 5 years when you're still working on those paperwork. So I'm going to ask a person with all that they tell you, because I share this. This is maybe a paycheck for every week. You are able to afford this kind of money. And I've told you this. But there are other things that lie behind. There are other things that lie behind that they don't tell you. There are other things that lie behind. So my brother or my sister, your ability to get the 7,000, or you are able to get the 3,500, and then now you are looking forward to get more other 3,500 so that you may pay that. Be wise enough. I'm sharing this so that you may understand that yes, money is there. Yes, money is there. But to reach at the point whereby you're going to be earning that money, there is a sacrifice there, which sometimes they don't tell you. But I'm going to also ask you, with a humble heart, how sure are you that everything is going to work out the way you want it? How sure are you that the $7,000 you are risking in the hands of unknown people, they're going to be able to deliver the service that you want? And how sure are you that when you reach here, you'll be able to pay off your people? Because when you reach here, they're going to call you. They're going to say, hey, my money, you need to pay this one, I need to pay this one, I need to pay this one, I need to pay this one. How sure are you that you're going to get that money back? God never created you as a failure in life. God never created you as a stupid person in life. Yes, this is not for everyone. I know there are people who are dealing with this kind of business and they don't like what I'm talking about. But I'm telling you, you need to be careful. And if you're a strong risk person, go for it. It is okay. It's worth risking. Maybe you have that boldness to risk. Go ahead and risk. Maybe you may survive. One thing that I know, Everything has a price to pay. Everything has a price to pay. The other thing that most of the time they don't really share with us in the business world, but if you're a person who is doing business, you can come in USA when your business develops. So give your task 7,000, put it in a good business. Go for a good idea. Do a good report about the business that you can start in my country. Maybe deal in land, if you choose to do that. Land and selling and buying. And maybe from there you can, sell that land and buy it, and then sell another land and then buy it. Do some research. It can open you to a lot of advantage things. Maybe it's not that. You want to start, you can start doing trading from the nations that are open to Uganda, like Dubai. You don't need a lot of, complicated thing. It's open. Go there. Start doing trading, exporting things from Dubai, bringing them in Uganda. Maybe from China, bringing them in Uganda. And land the tax duty. I'm not trying to discourage you to come here. I'm trying to let you know you can prepare yourself for coming here in the right way without struggling. But it hurts, because I've seen people who have killed themselves after being disappointed when the deal didn't go right. There are others. I know if there are some who are bold enough to talk about this and they wish because of this video, and I can contact them and maybe they can share their story if they're bold enough. Some they don't want to discuss themselves because of what they went through. It's painful, and they don't want to also tell every Ugandan. But, I understand that also. So I can't disclose every person here. But one thing that I want to let you know, it is painful, brother. It is painful, sister. It is painful. You don't want to land in the hands of people who are doing pornography. You don't want to land in the hands of people who are doing things that are not right. And yet you'll be too late, and then you regret going back to Uganda. I've seen people doing that. So maybe you may be blessed, and you may come here and things will go well for you. And that will be good for you. And I will be happy when everything goes well for you. But this goes for those people who may not be so sure. And you got this money from all those relatives. You've told them A, B, C, D, so that you may be able to be here. You may be able to go to Europe. You may be able to go to Germany, where you don't speak their language. And then, when they don't welcome you, you regret. When they use you the way they want because they know your situation, you still regret. Why not come and do business here? There are a lot of things that you can do. Build your business in Uganda and then travel and come here. You want to come over and visit. Maybe the assistant company who is selling the machine that you need and you want to take it to Uganda. You are allowed to do business here. You have the advantage. That nation that you are in has consequences, has challenges, has corruption. I know all that. I've grown up from there. I came here when I'm an adult. So I have a good picture of the place that I left. But the people who are going to change the place that you are running from, are they going to be your kids? It is you. It is you. There's a lot to talk about. But maybe if I get some questions. But the reason that's why I came over and jumped to talk to this is because of a phone call that I got from one of the sisters who was like, you know what, you need to really enlighten me on this. I'm not an advocate for people not coming here. I'm going to say it again. I'm not an advocate for people not to come here. I don't work for the government. My concern is when you come here that you don't find yourself being sold to other things that will actually rape your way of reasoning. You need to stay an independent person who is able to reason. Rather than reasoning, but because somebody is telling you to reason like that, you're being pushed to reason like that. You were born in a beautiful nation. You were born with that black skin. You were born. Yes, you went in a school which is not fancy. Maybe you have friends who are abroad. and you look at them, and you look at the cars that they are driving. You know, there is something that I'm going to talk about in some time to come. And this is going to be the life of Uganda versus the life of USA. Stay tuned. I'll talk to you those things that are illusion that you see in another video. And I hope it will be a blessing to you. Thank you so much.